Hey everybody, today I want to talk about preventive maintenance. What it is not, more importantly. Talk about the economics of it and why I think we need to change our stance on it just a little bit in the industry here. Now, if you roll into a truck stop and you're going to put your truck in the shop for an oil change and you see up there on the sign, PM service, preventive maintenance service, $400, $500. That's an oil change. They're going to change your oil. They're going to change your filters. If you're lucky, they'll hit about 70 to 80% of your grease zerks, check your gearboxes, your transmission if you're lucky, and send you on your way. That is not preventive maintenance. That is maintenance. That is scheduled maintenance, okay? Preventive maintenance is fixing things before they break. And nobody knows more about that than the airline industry. If you let parts fail in the airline industry, plane falls out of the sky, everybody dies. So they are really good at it. And in my opinion, we need to apply more of that to trucking. So what am I talking about here? Preventive maintenance. It's figuring out a reasonably expected lifespan for different parts, catching things before they fail, kind of keeping an eye on things and watching to see if you need to replace them before they fail. That's preventive. And we'll talk a little bit about the economics of that, but first I'll show you kind of what I'm talking about. So there's something I've been watching on my truck here for a while. My airbags, all right? 460,000 miles on this truck, and airbags look to be in pretty good shape. If you look under here, I don't know if you can see it well on the camera, they're starting to weather check pretty good. And once rubber cracks, it's gonna go boom eventually. Now up underneath, the bottoms are worse. Can't really see that well with the camera, it's too dark. But I've been watching it, and it's getting worse, and it's about time here. The front two airbags are a little worse. It's about time to replace these airbags preventatively. Now you're gonna say, Adam, why are you replacing airbags? They're functional, they're working, you're wasting your money. Well, let's talk about the economics of it for a second. In my local parts house, I can buy these airbags for about 110 bucks a piece. I can get them a little cheaper online, then I gotta pay shipping, I gotta pay tax, and Amazon doesn't give me better deals over time. My parts house does. I buy enough there, they give me better and better deals over time. So there's that. So about 110 bucks. I called my local truck stop and they get about $190 a piece for these. And probably higher if you're out on the road or paying dealer prices. So I'm gonna save about $80 an airbag a piece, all right? I'm gonna do this myself. I might have about $5 per airbag in hardware. We're gonna put new hardware on there. And I'm gonna do it myself. It's gonna take me a good while. Sometimes them front ones there are a real pain in the butt. But I'm gonna save, so if you go to a TA, where they're gonna charge you about 150 bucks an hour for a third-rate repair job that you're probably gonna have to refix when you get home. So they're probably gonna get you for at least an hour per airbag. So you're talking about $600 in labor at least, and then shop supplies, environmental fees. You guys all know the gig. So you're probably looking at 2, 4, 6, probably a $1,300 or $1,400 bill. And that's if you don't blow one going down the road, lose all your air pressure, and can't move the truck. So I'm gonna do it myself for maybe $450 for all of them, as opposed to about, I don't know, $1,300 to $1,500 paying truck stop prices or a dealer price. And it's gonna get done while I'm already down, so I'm not putting the truck down to do it. I'm not gonna miss an appointment, I'm not gonna miss a load, and not sit on the side of the road maybe waiting for a service truck to come. That's kind of the economics of it. That's preventive maintenance. I already did the 2 cab airbags just for that reason. They were cracking pretty good around the bottom. One of them was kind of starting to go pretty bad there. So if you watch these things on your pre-trips, you're doing good pre-trips, you watch these things over time, that's a lot of money you could save. Now, if I wasn't gonna do this job myself, I'm still gonna save a ton of money, because I got a local mechanic that does things that I can't or don't want to do, that charges me 75 bucks an hour. Can you find a mechanic that charges 75 bucks an hour? Maybe, maybe not. But I guarantee you can find somebody around you that charges a way better price than a TA or a Freightliner shop or the $225 an hour that a friend of mine pays at a Volvo dealer in California. So an oil change is not preventive maintenance. We gotta change our way of thinking on that. Another thing to think about, if you have a truck with 700,000-800,000 miles on it, and you have the original starter, and you're just like, you know, this thing just doesn't crank as hard as it used to. You'd be doing yourself a disservice not to start watching for sales on a starter. Pick up a starter, at least have it in the truck, but more likely, go ahead and replace that starter. Things have a life expectancy. We have to stop waiting for them to fail. Now you might say, Adam, that's ridiculous. Things are tough in trucking right now. Parts are hard to find, blah, 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 fuel's high. I get that. You don't think I get that after 22 years of doing this? But I also know that if you intend to be in this for a long time, you have to have a longer term perspective than that. Sometimes you don't make a lot of money. It's just how it is. Sometimes you make a killing. That's how it was. But over a long period of time, you do the best you can every day. And that includes saving yourself a ton of money, doing your equipment right. If you do your equipment right, more often than not, it's going to do you right. But also, parts are hard to find. So not being put in a position where every repair is an emergency would be a really good strategy, wouldn't it? Whenever repair becomes an emergency, then you're 100% of the time at somebody else's mercy, and you know that's going to cost you. So change your way of thinking on that. Don't let somebody keep telling you that an oil change is a PM. It's a full service. It's a full service oil change. It's scheduled maintenance, not preventive maintenance. Okay, preventive maintenance is addressing things before there's a failure. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that today. Y'all have a great day. I wish you the best of luck, and keep on trucking.